ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो
ॐ नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो भगवते
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
शरदमल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय
जय राधा
माधव
माधव
कुंज
कुंज
कुञ्ज
बिहारी।
बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ
गोपीजनवल्लभ
गिरधरधारी।
गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन
यशोदानन्दन भज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन
यशोदानन्दन
व्रज
व्रज
जन
जनरञ्जन।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीर
यमुनाजीवन
वनचारि।
वनचारि।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीर
यमुनाजीवन
वनचारि।
वनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय
जय
राधा
राधा
माधव
माधव
कुंज
कुञ्ज
बिहारी।
बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपीजनवल्लभ
गोपीजनवल्लभ
गिरधरधारी।
गिरिवर्जारि।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन
यशोदानन्दन
व्रज
व्रजनरञ्जन।
जनरञ्जन।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
यमुनातीरवनचारि।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
यमुनातीरवनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय
जय राधा
राधा
माधव
माधव
कुंज
कुञ्ज
बिहारी।
बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे हरे
हरे
राम
राम। I have a
राम
dozen
राम
roses.
हरे हरे।
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare.
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे
Hare
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे।
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Sri Radhe.
Jai
Jaya
Radha
Radha
Govinda,
Govinda,
Radha
Radha
Govinda,
Govinda,
Radha
Radha
Govinda
Govinda
Shri
Shri
Radhe.
Radhe.
Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari Jaya. Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jaya
Jaya
Nitai
Nitya
Sachinandana,
Sachinandana,
Gauri
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Jaya.
Jaya.
Nitai
Nitya
Sachinandana,
Sachinandana,
Sachinandana
Gauri
Gaura
Gauri
Hari.
Hari.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada.
Jaya
Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Jaya,
Jaya,
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Jaya,
Jaya,
Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya,
Jaya, Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Hari Bol, Hari
Hari Bol.
Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitai
Nitai
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
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 Bol,
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 Hari
Nita
Bol,
Gaura,
Hari
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 Bol.
Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस सुपरविजयकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रीला एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai,
Jai
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की,
Jai,
Jai,
Jai
नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की,
Jai,
Jai,
Jai
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की,
Jai,
Jai,
Jai
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की,
Jai,
Jai
वृंदावन धाम की,
Jai,
Jai
मथुरा धाम की,
Jai,
Jai
गंगा माई की,
Jai
Jai,
यमुना माई की,
Jai
Jai,
तुलसी देवी की,
Jai
Jai,
भक्ति देवी की,
Jai
Jai,
सामवेद भक्त वृंद की।
Jai
Jai.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Krishne Matirastu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavad-Gita Chapter 13, which is the Kshetra Kshetrajna Yoga. So the field and the knower of the field. Srila Prabhupada has translated the name of the chapter as the nature, enjoyer, and consciousness. And that is the name of the chapter. And we are discussing from verse 23 to 27. We'll discuss the 5 verses. So verse 23, Upadrashta Anumanta cha
Upadrashtanumanta cha
Bharta Bhokta Maheshwarah
Bharta
Bharta
Bhokta
Moksha
Maheshwara
Paramatmeti Chapi Yukto
Paramatmeni
Paramatmeti
Chapayukto
Chayukto
Dehesmin Purushah Parah.
Dehesmin Purusha
Purusha Purah
Word by word, Upadrashta,
Upadrashta
Upadrashta
overseer,
Overseer
Overseer
Anumanta,
Anumanta
Anumanta
permitter,
Permitter
cha,
Cha
Cha
also,
Also
Also
Bharta,
Bharta
Bharta
master,
Master
Master
Bhokta,
Bhokta
Bhokta
supreme enjoyer,
supreme enjoyer,
Mahaishwarah,
Mahaishwara,
the Supreme Lord,
the
the
Supreme
Supreme
Lord,
Lord,
Paramatma,
Paramatma,
the Super Soul,
the
the
Super
Super
Soul,
Soul,
Iti,
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 also,
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 Cha,
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 and
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 Api,
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 indeed,
indeed,
Uktaha
Ukta
Uktaha,
is said,
is said,
Dehe,
Dehe,
in the body,
in the
in the
body,
body,
Asmin,
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 this,
this,
Purushaha,
Purusha,
Purusha,
enjoyer,
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 Paraha,
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 transcendental.
transcendental,
Transcendental.
The translation, yet in this body,
yet
Yet
in
Yet
this
in this
body,
body,
there is another,
there is
there is
is
another,
another
a transcendental enjoyer,
a
a
transcendental
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 enjoyer,
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 who is
who
who
is
who
is
is
the Lord,
the
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 Lord,
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 the supreme proprietor,
the
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 Supreme
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 Proprietor,
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 who exists
who
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 exists
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 as the overseer
as
as
the
the
as the
overseer
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 and permitter,
and
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 permitter,
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 and who is known
and
who
who
and
is
who is
known
known
as the super soul.
as
as
the
the
as
Super
the
Soul.
Super
Soul.
Soul.
So in this particular verse, so if we look at the from the beginning of chapter 13, the idam shariram kaunteya kshetram iti abhidhyate etadnyo yati tam praho kshetrajnam tadvidhi. And Krishna says in the beginning, he talks about the field and the knower of the field. So just like if a farmer is going to cultivate the crops, they've got a field in which they cultivate the crop, and the farmer himself who cultivates the crop is the knower of that field. So if we look at our existence in the same way, this body is like a field. How is this body a field? So let's take an example. For example, if we take the the field in which the farmer grows the crops, uh, uh, he has to ensure that he tills the land. He has to do the work to till the land. He has to he has to have the rain falling at the right time. He has to have the sunshine coming at the right time, and all that. When everything happens in the right way, he gets good crops, and then he is able to uh, use those crops for his own sustenance, and also he is able to do business out of it. If he makes more, he can sell it. Exactly in the same way, this body is like that field. So the body is performing different actions, and basing on what actions I perform, I get particular results back in return. Just like the farmer working on the land, uh, depending on how much work he puts to till the land and look after the land, he will get the proper crops. If he's not looking after the land, if he's not tilling, if he's not doing the work, he's not going to get any crop out of it. It'll be just a wasteland, just weeds and everything growing there. Exactly in the same way, we are in the eternal existence. We are the knowers, and everything else is known. Uh, so the yeah, we take this example every time, but it's important to do this. Kartal, for example, this kartal is something that is known. Just like this kartal is known, my body is also known to me. If the kartal is known to me, that means I am not kartal. That in the same way, if the body is known to me, I am not the body. The mind is known to me, I'm not the mind. Then who am I? This is the kastvam koham kuta ayata, kame janani kame tata. So this is what uh, Shankaracharya mentions in Bhajagovindam. This human form of life is is given to us so that we can understand this intricacies of our existence. That we are someone who are never born, and we are someone who never die. What takes birth is the false ego in the form of this body. And this false ego is always, it's a very subtle thing. The false ego is one of the subtlest thing. Subtler than false ego is we as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. So that's why it is very difficult for normally for people to understand this concept, even though it is the most logical concept. Like for example, when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that happens is I identify myself. It all happens within fraction of a second. I'm waking up in the morning. Immediately, I know that I am this person. When I know I am this person, this world also comes into existence. So it simultaneously comes into existence. My identity as this in this particular body and the whole world comes into existence simultaneously. And my identity as this body and the world goes out of disappearance when I am in deep sleep, isn't it? Like when we get into the deep sleep, we don't know anything, right? My identity is not there as this body is not there because I'm in a deep sleep. And therefore, the whole world is also not in existence for me. But when I'm in the waking state and the dream state, so there's called Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. And then there is a fourth state called Turiya. Turiya means fourth. So these are the four states. The fourth state is the fundamental for all the other states. So that means the state that I am an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. That is a state which is transcending all other states. All other states exist because this state exists. The state that, so how do I know that I got a very nice deep sleep? Because in deep sleep, I don't know whether I exist or not, right? Because I'm totally in the deep sleep. But when I get up in the morning, I can understand whether I got a deep sleep or not, or, I had a lot of dreams and all, So that means that knowing element is constant across the whole existence that I have. And this knowing element is the first element to understand. That is what is aham atma goda kesha sarva bhuta shayastita aham adishcha madhyam cha bhutana mantamevacha. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, he says that I am also the Atma, in the sense that we are part and parcels of Krishna, right? Just like this finger can say that I am the body as well, in a sense, because it's part of the body. But it cannot say it is the whole body. It can say it is one of the part of the body. Exactly in the same way, we are eternally part and parcel of Krishna. And this is a really wonderful news for everyone, that everyone is eternally connected with Krishna. And they are at no point in time, they are disconnected from Krishna. The disconnection from Krishna is ignorance. Just like we can take an example, right? How do we know it is morning? Because the sunshine comes in and the darkness automatically goes away. So when this knowledge, this is what is called Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So there is a wonderful prayer for Gurudev. It says that Guru is helping one to come out of the darkness of ignorance. What is this darkness of ignorance? This constant thinking that I am this body, I am this mind. It is unfortunately a source of great sorrow. Why? Because it is never constant. Like every moment, the mind is every moment it is thinking. The mind cannot stay at one place for a long time. Like if we have interest in something, then sometimes when we have interest in something, we just say that I didn't even know how the time passed away. Why? Because we got so much absorbed in the thing that we are doing that we lost track of time. So this time and space is existing within the phenomena of this material existence. So when I am an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, there is no time, there is no space. We are in a place where there is katha ganam natyam gamanam api. It is mentioned in Brahma Samhita. Katha ganam. So any kind of talk is like a song. Any kind of walk is like a dance. So this is what is said about the spiritual world. That at every moment there is festival. That festival is in relationship with Krishna, and it is transcendental. All the See, there is a description in the Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakha, Ashwatham Prahuravyam, Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavid. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is this material world? He gives an example of this material world. He says that material world is like a tree where the roots are at the top and the branches are at the bottom. So where do we see that? We see that in a reflection. So if we go to a pond and a tree is there, and if we look at the pond, the reflection will show inverted tree, right? The roots will be at the top and the branches and everything will be at the bottom. Krishna gives the exact example. So this material world is like a reflection of the spiritual world. The difference is, in the material world, everything is temporary. Everything, like every relationship is based on my body, and this body itself is temporary. But in the spiritual world, we are never born, we never die, and we have got this eternal relationship with Krishna. Everyone, that's what is called Swarupa. Swarupa Siddhi, it is called. When one realizes one's eternal nature as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, it is called Swarupa Siddhi. That means Swarupa means my original form. And so each and every one of us have got an original form in relationship with Krishna, and that is never born, that never dies. And that is always constantly engaged in a loving relationship with Krishna. It is an infinite relationship. There is no beginning. It's very difficult to understand these concepts in this conditioned state of existence, because this conditioned state is based on, very strongly associated with my body. So if I talk about eternal, it is very difficult to understand eternal, because the whole existence in this material world is based on birth, death, old age, and disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. That's why Krishna says, Indriyartheshu Vairagyam Anahankaram Evacha Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anudarshanam. So the qualities of a person who is interested in spiritual discussions and spiritual activities is that they understand that Janma, Mrityu, Jara, and Vyadhi is Dukkha. That when I take birth, immediately, if there is a date of birth, then unfortunately there has to be a date of death as well. And between date of birth and date of death, unfortunately there has to be diseases and there has to be old age. So these are the actual problems of material existence. But one of the things that the scriptures talk about is this existence is, in a sense, like a dream. So when a dream occurs, when the dream is occurring to me at this moment, that feels very real, isn't it? Like, say we are gone to sleep in the bed, and before we get the deep sleep, there might be a time when we are dreaming. And in the dream, for example, there is a tiger coming and pouncing at me. I'll be afraid, right? This tiger is coming up, and in the dream, I'll be in a very, very traumatic state. But the moment the dream ends, I know that this was all a dream. So exactly that is the state of existence in this material existence. When I am in this material existence, this is all like the only thing that exists for me. But actually, the real thing that exists is I'm eternally in relationship with Krishna. That is the only thing. And this verse is very beautifully explaining the Paramatma part of. So we have got a kshetra kshetragnya, right? And this is like a parakshetragnya. So the body is like a field, and me as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna is Atma, which is the knower of the body. But who is the knower of me? And the knower of every living entity in this whole universe? That is Paramatma. So Paramatma is Upadrashta. Upadrashta is Paramatma is always seeing everything that is happening to us. There is a Dvau Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya. In the Upanishad, the example given is that of two birds sitting in one tree. That is the example that Upanishad gives. So one bird is always interested in eating the fruit. It is so much busy eating the fruit that it doesn't think of anything else. The other bird is looking at this bird which is eating the fruit. So this is an example. So if we look at it from Atma and the perspective of false ego, ahankara. So Atma is like the bird that is constantly looking at the ahankara. Or if you look at it from a higher perspective, Paramatma is looking at Atma. So Paramatma is Paramatma. So in the sense of Atma, I know only about what is going on for me. I cannot know what is going on in someone else's mind. I can probably through their bodily actions and things like that, I can guess a little bit, but I won't know what exactly is going on in their mind. For example, some people who mask themselves can, internally something might be going on, but externally they might portray something else. So we don't know what's going on in their mind. So this is our limitation. But Paramatma is there in the heart of all the living entities, and Paramatma knows exactly what is happening for each and every living entity. So that is what is Upadrashta. Upadrashta means he's constantly overseeing everything that all the living entities are doing. And then the next word is Anumanta. Very beautiful. Anumanta means he is giving the permission. So one of the examples that we generally give is for a small child, for example, say a 3, 4, 5, like that, very small child. Sometimes, they are naughty, depending on what kind of child it is, they're naughty. And they might see the parents, they might want to do something that is not right for them. They say unknowingly wanting to touch the fire, for example, and parents will say no, this is fire, it's going to burn you. But say parents are busy something else, and then the child goes and touches the fire. Who is going to suffer? Unfortunately, the child is going to suffer, right? Because they have done the thing that they should not do. So this is exactly what happens from we as a living entity. So basically, Krishna does not force anyone to do anything, literally. Nothing. Like Krishna never forces anyone, except someone who is totally surrendered onto Krishna. Krishna personally takes care of that person. That is guaranteed. Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Krishna says that one who is constantly in relationship with me, constantly thinking about me, I give them what they lack. Krishna personally takes care of them. That is a wonderful state of existence. But otherwise, what happens is, Krishna, there's total kind of independence, in a sense that within the limits of the material existence. So for example, if someone unfortunately wants to, gets addicted to intoxication, and if someone becomes a drunkard, for example, then they have to suffer the consequences of being a drunkard. So basically, this is the thing, right? You have to suffer the consequences of your action. But at the end of the day, Krishna permits the living entity to do what they want to do. He doesn't force, because if there is force, it is not love. Like if Krishna, if Krishna wanted, and this question is asked by people as well, why doesn't Lord just, make everyone liberated or things like that? Actually, everyone is liberated. They don't realize it. So that is another aspect. But the thing here is that someone wants to go in a particular direction, and Krishna gives the permission to them. Okay, if you're really wanting to go in that direction, go in that direction. And then unfortunately, if it is not right for you, you have to suffer the consequences. So this is what happens. Upadrashta, Anumanta, then there is Bharta. The third is Bharta. Bharta is maintainer. The Krishna, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bhaunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. Tam Atmastham Ye Anupashyanti Dhiras Tesham Shanti Shashwati Na Itaresham. Very beautiful verse in Upanishad. In Upanishad, what it mentions is Krishna is the chief eternal, and all others are subordinate eternals. Nityo Nityanam. Chetanas Chetananam. Krishna is the supreme consciousness, and we are all the subordinate consciousness. Eko Bahunam. Krishna is the supreme person. Yo Vidadati Kaman. He is the one who is actually satisfying the desires of everyone. The Kama ester hritaghyana yajante anya devata tam tam niyama masthaya prakritiya niyatasvaya. Krishna says that when one is, see, basically we have different types of, for say for example, Lakshmi Devi, right? Lakshmi Devi is Narayana's consort. Constantly, she is at the feet of Narayana, and this is a wonderful nature of Krishna, that Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrahma Sevyamanam. It is mentioned. It is mentioned in the Brahma Samhita that Sahasra, thousands and thousands of Lakshmis are constantly rendering service to Krishna. So basically, if someone wants money, they are worshipping Lakshmi Devi. But Lakshmi Devi has to be worshipped in conjunction with Narayana. Like otherwise, unfortunately, if someone is like a Ravana kind of mentality, they're kind of kidnapping Sita away from Rama. That is like, I want Lakshmi without Narayana. So that is unfortunately going to cost lots and lots of. You might actually have lots and lots of money, but unfortunately there will be no peace of mind. So what is the use? So this is there is a verse, Ashantasya kuta sukham. Krishna actually mentions, if one is not peaceful, how can one be happy? So that is a Krishna actually mentions, Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shanti ashantasya kuta sukham. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya. Ayukta means one who is not connected to Krishna. Yukta means I'm connected to Krishna. Ayukta means I'm not connected. So Krishna says that when one is not connected to Krishna, their intelligence is not purified. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana. When that connection is not there, one is not having that emotional feeling towards the Lord. Nacha bhavayata shanti. When that emotional feeling towards the Lord is not there, one does not have peace. Ashantasya kuta sukham. When one does not have peace, how can one be happy? But unfortunately, the current situation is created in such a way that the non-peaceful situation sometimes seems to be natural for us, even though our natural situation is to be peaceful. But sometimes we have got so much used to creating a lot of chaos that chaos seems normal. But actually, our original situation is Satchidananda. Sat means we are eternally existent, we are eternally conscious, and we are eternally blissful. And that bliss is actually that peaceful existence is bliss. When lots and lots of things can go outside, but inside never gets affected by it. So that is what. So Bharta, Bhokta is the actual enjoyer. Krishna is the actual enjoyer. Maheshwara, Krishna is the supreme Lord, Mahan Ishvara. And then that is what. So basically 5 things there: overseer, permitter, maintainer, enjoyer, and the supreme Lord. 5 things. That is what is Paramatma. Paramatma iti chiyapyukto. And who is the Paramatma? Dehes mean Purusha Para. Within the body, he is the transcendental person. He is there in the Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is there in the form of Paramatma in the heart of all the living entities. Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. Very beautiful verse. So basically, this body is considered like a yantra machine. So the body is a very sophisticated machine. And we, like with the artificial intelligence and robotics and all, we are trying to create sophisticated machines like us, which can do lots. And it's kind of amazing. They said that just this movement of the hand, to create that in robot, it is very difficult, it seems. You have to use quite a lot of logic to just do this activity. So you can understand, it's so amazing, this creation. It's just wonderful. So that is what Paramatma is, and he is there with us every moment. Whatever body we take, Krishna is there with us in the form of Paramatma. It's a wonderful grace of the Supreme Lord. Now, next we go to the next verse, which is verse 24. Ya evam veti purusham
य एवं वेत्ति
Veti
पुरुषं
Purusham
prakritim cha gunai saha
Prakritim cha
प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह
Saha
sarvatha vartamanopi
Sarvata
सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि
न स भूयो abhijayate.
न स भूयोऽभिजायते।
Word by word, yaha,
Yah
यः
anyone who,
anyone who
evam,
एवं
thus,
thus
thus
veti,
वेत्ति
understands,
understands
stands
purusham,
Purusham
पुरुषं
the living entity,
the living
the living entity
prakritim,
Prakritim
कृतिं
material nature,
material
material
nature
nature
cha,
Cha
च
and
and
gunaihi,
Gunai
तेहि
the modes of material nature,
the
modes of
modes of
material
material
nature
nature
saha,
Saha
सह
with,
with
with
sarvatha,
Sarvatha
ता
in all ways,
in all ways
always
vartamanaha,
Vartamana
वर्तमानः
being situated,
being situated
situated
api,
Api
be
in spite of,
in spite
spite
of
of
na,
Na
न
never,
never
never
saha,
Saha
सह
he,
He
he
bhuyah,
Bhuya
यः
again,
again
abhijayate,
Abhijayate
जायते
takes his birth.
takes
takes
his
his
birth.
birth.
Translation: one who understands
One who
Who
understands
understands
this philosophy
this
this
philosophy
philosophy
concerning
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 material nature,
material
real
nature,
nature,
the living entity,
the
the living
entity,
entity,
and
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 the interaction of
the
the
interaction
interaction
of
of
the modes of nature
the modes of nature
nature
is sure
is
sure
sure
to attain liberation.
to attain
in
liberation.
liberation.
He will not
He will
Will
not
not
take birth
take
take
birth
birth
here again,
here
here
again,
again,
regardless of
regardless
regardless
of
of
his present position.
his
his
present
position.
position.
So really a wonderful verse here. Ya evam veti purusham prakritim cha gunai saha sarvatha vartamanopi nasa bhuyo abhijayate. Beautiful, huh? So basically Krishna is saying veti janma karmam cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. So this this knowing knowing is important, but knowing experientially is extremely important. Uh, but of course, the knowing experientially starts only when we can understand it theoretically first. That's why in science you have theory and practicals, right? In, for example, if physics or chemistry, you have in chemistry you can say that you mix this chemical ingredient with that chemical ingredient, the reaction occurs, and because of which you get a third type of ingredient. And then we go into the laboratory, we actually mix the chemicals, and then we actually see this is happening. So exactly this is the same thing. So the first thing is trying to understand theoretically. This theoretically, what are the three things? Theoretically, purusham, prakritim cha, gunai saha. Three things Krishna mentions here. Purusha, prakriti stohi bhungte prakritijan gunan, karanam guna sangasyat sadasat janma yonishu. At another place, Krishna says that basically what is happening is uh, we are eternal, and are we have actually nothing to do with this material existence, literally. But the false ego comes into picture, and because of the false ego, that connects this eternal existence with this temporary material world, and and then uh, and then one thinks that this material world is the only reality. Uh, the moment I get this material body, uh, the only thing that I think of is this body. I don't think of anything else. This body, janasya mohoyam aham mameti. It is mentioned, pumsam stri mithuni bhavametam, tayor mitho hridaya granthi ahur, ato graha kshetra sutapta vitter, janasya mohoyam aham mameti. Very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. What it says is, see, when I get this material body, uh, um, I have got all these material inclinations. And because of these material inclinations, the moment I say that I am this particular person, immediately everything related to this person comes into existence. So I've got my father, mother, brothers, sisters, relatives, and then wife, children, so many different. So Graha Kshetra Sutapta Vittaya. So this is what happens. The moment I say this, I am this, there is Graha, family, the home, Kshetra, the the so I got a home, and along with the home, I got some land, for example. Suta, Suta is children. Apta, Apta is relatives. Vitta, Vitta is wealth. So basically, this is me, Aham and Mameti. Uh, this is me, and everything related to this is mine. So this is the concept. This happens because of ahankara vimodhatma karta hamiti manyate. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita that actually all the activities are being done by the modes of material nature. So sattva, raja, and tama, three gunas. Tribhir gunamair bhaver ebi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabi janati mamebhya paramavayam. Krishna says that the whole universe, material universe, is under the influence of the three modes of material nature. So when I'm enamored by these three modes of material nature, I do not see Krishna anywhere because I'm totally enamored by Prakriti Mohinim Shrita, Moghasha Moga Karmana Moga Jnana Vichetasa, Rakshasi Masurim Chaiva, Prakriti Mohinim Shrita. Very beautiful verse. So Prakriti Mohinim Shrita means one who gets totally enamored by this material existence, total strong attachment to this body, because of which there is strong attachment to everything that is related to this body. That means Prakriti Mohinim. So what happens in that case is Moghasha, Moga Karmana, Moga Jnana Vichetasa. Mogha means it's all baffled. Why it is baffled? The reason is, see, the whole existence is that I want to get something. So say, for example, we have hundreds of euros. Then our aim is to get thousands of euros. We get thousands of euros, and we get lots and lots of things, and then the next will be get millions of euros and get millions and lots of things. And every time when one is upgrading oneself into a millionaire or a billionaire, one is starting to compare oneself with the higher millionaires and higher billionaires. So it is baffling. There is no end to this. There is no end to this material cycle. Like it will be constant. So that is why Krishna says here, when one knows that I am eternal, but somehow I got linked to this material existence, then one knows Purusha, one knows Prakriti, and one also knows Guna. At least theoretically one knows. Then practically one can get established. How does one get established practically? When we Nididhyasana, it is called. Nididhyasana means thinking about these topics. So just like someone who wants lots and lots of wealth, they're constantly thinking about how I should make wealth, and they will go into these discussion areas where they discuss about how to make wealth. So exactly in the same way, when we have this even a little bit of inclination to know our real existence, when there is free time, we will get into the depths of this topic. We will try to analyze this. That is what, when we constantly are in that state of existence, then there will come a time when we will not take birth again. Or even if we take birth, we will never be attached to the birth that we take. That is liberation. Even if I have this body, but if I'm not, I know that this is just like a machine, which I have to use for the service of Krishna. Then even if I get this, there is no impact on me because I am always in a liberated position. So that's what Krishna says in this verse. Very beautiful verse. Then we go to verse 25. Dhyanenatmani pashyanti
Dhyanenatmani pashyanti
kechid atmanam atmana
केचित् आत्मानमात्मना
अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन
अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन
कर्म योगेन चापरे.
योगेन चापरे
So word by word, dhyanena,
ध्यानेन
by meditation,
by meditation
atmani,
atmani
within the self,
within the self
pashyanti,
pashyanti
see,
see
kechit,
kechit
some,
some
atmanam,
atmanam
the super soul,
super soul
atmana,
atmana
by the mind,
by the mind
anye,
ne
others,
others
sankhena,
sankhena
of philosophical discussion,
of philosophical discussion
yogena,
yogena
by the yoga system,
yoga system
karma yogena,
yogena
by activities
by activities
without fruitive desire,
without desire
cha,
cha
also,
also
apare,
apare
others.
others
Translation: some perceive
perceive
the super soul
super soul
within themselves
themselves
through meditation,
meditation
others
others
through the cultivation
through the cultivation
of knowledge,
knowledge
and still others
and still others
through working
working
without fruitive desires.
without fruit desires.
So basically, in the previous verse, Krishna was talking about how one is coming out of this constant cycle of birth and death. Now here he's talking about what are the different kinds of ways in which one can practice this. So first is dhyanen atmani pashyanti, dhyana. So the dhyana yoga. So that means concentrating. Dhyana vastita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yogina. So when one is in the dhyana state, one sees Vishnu in the heart, and then one gets connected to Krishna there, like that. So dhyanen atmani pashyanti kechit atmanam atmana. So one sees within oneself through the dhyana yoga the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is one dhyana. The other is Sankhya. Sankhya is analyzing like Purusha Prakriti, as Krishna was mentioning in the previous verse. So basically analyzing the different elements which make up this whole universe. So the two main is Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is we as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, which has no connection with this material world. And Prakriti is everything that is related to this material world. So it's a combination of Purusha and Prakriti. So in Prakriti, you got this three modes of material nature, Sattva, Raja, and Tamasa. The mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. And then you got this, the five material elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, space. And then the five the knowledge acquiring senses, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch. And then the five different sight, smell, all those. So 5 plus 5 plus 5, 10, 15. And then you got the five karmendriyas. Karmendriyas is the hands, legs, those the ones that do activities. So basically, Sankhya actually means counting. So there is counting of these different elements. That is so one is analyzing the different elements. That is Sankhya, Sankhya Yogena, and then there is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is doing all the activities. Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, as Krishna says. So doing all the activities without being attached to the results of the activities, because the results is not in my hands. The results are affected by different circumstances. But what I can do, I can always do. That is in my hand. Whatever I can do is in my hand. There's a there's a personal development book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey. He talks about circle of control, circle of concern, and circle of influence. So circle of control is what is in my hand. Circle of concern, circle of influence is what I can influence, and circle of concern is something that I cannot do anything about. So karma yoga is basically what I do everything that is in my hand, and then I leave the result. The result is never in my hands. The result can be successful, it can be failure, but that is not of my concern. My concern is whatever is in my hand, I'll do it to the best of my ability. That is karma yoga. So Krishna is basically mentioning about the dhyana yoga, sankhya yoga, and karma yoga here. That's three different yogas through which one can know that one is an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. So that is this verse, and then verse 26. Anye tva evam ajanantah.
Anve tve evam ajanantah.
Shrutva nebhya upasate.
Shrutvanebhya upasate.
Tepi chate tarantyeva.
Tepi chatan
Mrityum shruti parayanaha.
mrityu shruti parayanaha.
Word by word. Anye,
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 others.
others,
others,
Tu,
tu,
but.
but
but,
Evam,
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 thus.
thus,
thus,
Ajanantah,
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 without spiritual knowledge.
without
without
spiritual
spiritual
knowledge,
knowledge.
Shrutva,
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 by hearing.
by
by
hearing.
hearing,
Anyebhyah,
Anyebhyah,
Anebhyah,
from others.
from
from
others,
others.
Upasate,
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 begin to worship.
begin to
begin to
worship.
worship.
Te,
They,
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 api,
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 also.
also,
also,
Cha,
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 and.
and
and
Atitaranti,
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 transcend.
transcend,
transcend.
Eva,
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 certainly.
certainly,
certainly.
Mrityum,
Mrityum,
the
Mrityum,
path of death.
the
the
path of
path
death,
of death.
Shruti parayanaha,
Shruti
Shruti
Parayana,
parayanaha,
inclined to
inclined to
inclined to
the process of hearing.
the
the
process of
process of
hearing.
hearing.
So, translation again, there are those
Again, there are those
who,
who,
although not conversant
although not conversant
in spiritual knowledge,
in spiritual knowledge,
begin to worship
begin to worship
the Supreme Person
the Supreme Person
upon hearing
upon hearing
about Him
about Him
from others.
from others,
Because of the tendency
because of the tendency
to hear from authorities,
to hear from authorities.
they also transcend
They also transcend
the path of birth and death.
the path of birth and death.
So this is which category is this? This is the fourth category now, right? Krishna talked about the dhyana yoga, he talked about sankhya yoga, and he talked about karma yoga.
Karma.
And this is like a shruti category. And this is a very beautiful category. This is actually a bhakti category as well. This is bhakti yoga. Shrunvatam swakatak Krishna punya shravana kirtana. So when one is hearing about Krishna, that activity by itself is very pious. Hridi antastohi abhadrani vidunoti. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that when one has got this inclination to hear about Krishna, all the conditioned things that is there within the heart gets cleansed. Suhrit satam. So one becomes the best friend of all the living entities, and one becomes satam. Satam means one who is after the supreme absolute truth. Indirectly, sat can also, it's a very interesting connotation here. SAT, supreme absolute truth. So the sat is actually sat actually means truth, the real truth, supreme absolute truth. So this is see the best example here is gopis. Gopis of Vrindavan. They Ramya Kachid Upasana Vrajavadu Vargenaya Kalpita. It is mentioned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The best way to worship Krishna is like how the gopis of Vrindavan worship Krishna. What is that way of worship? That is, their mind machitta madgat prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. It is mentioned, Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, their whole mind is constantly remembering Krishna. Every moment they are thinking, oh, Krishna has gone here, Krishna has gone there, Krishna is doing this, Krishna is doing that. So they would be doing their duties because they are housewives. They have their family, they have their husband, they have their extended families. They have so much service to do on a daily basis. So they're constantly doing all that service, but their mind is always focused on Krishna. And this is the wonderful state of existence. So it's not. So basically, see, if gopis are taught, if they are given the tuition about Brahman and Paramatma and Bhagavan, they they wouldn't be interested in that because their focus is on thinking about Krishna, and that is the goal. So the wonderful thing is there is a beautiful verse: Dharma swanushrita pumsam vishwakshena kathasuye notpadyat ratim yadi shrama evahi kevalam. Very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that dharma swa anushtita. So whatever activities that I'm doing, if I do it to the best of my ability, but while doing that, if I don't get attached to hearing about Krishna, then unfortunately everything is like a hard labor. This is very strong statement in Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is what is Shruti Parayana. Cha ati taranti eva mrityam Shruti Parayana. If you look at the last two lines, tepi cha atiranti eva. Tepi means those people. Cha is for sure. Atiranti is they transcend what? Mrityu. They come out of this cycle of birth and death. How are they coming out? Shruti Parayana. The hearing about Krishna. When this is a wonderful state of existence. So again, the example of gopis. When they hear Krishna playing flute, they would just automatically get attracted to Krishna. They will run towards Krishna. So this is that state of existence which transcends Atma Ramasya Munaya Nigranthapi Urukrame Kurvanti Ahetukim Bhaktim Itham Bhuta Guno Hari. A very beautiful verse. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So basically, Shukadeva Goswami is an example. Shukadeva Goswami is the son of Vedavyas, and he was born a liberated person. But he was naturally attracted to hearing about Krishna. So what does that mean? It means that this attraction to hearing about Krishna, natural attraction, happens at a liberated stage. When I'm in a conditioned state of existence, I don't have this inclination to hear about Krishna. Because Srila Prabhupada gives an example of, say, someone suffering from jaundice. He gives this example quite a lot. If someone is suffering from jaundice, if they are given something sweet, it tastes bitter to them because of their condition of suffering from jaundice. But one of the cure for that is keep eating sweet. Then finally you will know that sweet is actually sweet. It is not bitter. Exactly in the same way, this is called bhava roga. This unfortunate condition that I am in this material world. It is like a unfortunate disease, and the and the solution to this disease is hear about Krishna. So the more I hear, so initially I might not like hearing about Krishna because I'm in a diseased state of existence. But the solution is keep hearing about Krishna. So just like jaundice, the sugar tastes bitter, but the solution is keep taking sugar, that then you get the real sweet taste of sugar. Exactly the same thing. So this Shruti Parayana is very beautiful. So this is Shrutva Anyebhyo Upasate. So another example is Rukmini Devi herself. Rukmini Devi, the story of Rukmini Devi is she was just told about Krishna, and she got attracted towards Krishna, and she just wanted Krishna. She did not want anyone else. So this is that natural attraction towards Krishna. And it is there in all the living entities, but somehow, because I've been taking birth since time immemorial, that natural attraction is covered, and that is what is an unfortunate situation. That is what is causing the cycle of birth and death in this material world. So we'll go to the last verse now, which is Yavat sanjayate kinchit
Yavat sanjayate kinchit
Sattvam sthavara jangamam
sattvam sthavana jangamam
Kshetra kshetrajna samyogat
kshetra kshetrajna samyoga
Tadvidhi Bharatarshava.
tadavidhi
Bharatarshava.
Bharatarshava.
What by what? Yavat,
Yavat
Yavat
whatever,
whatever
eva
sanjayate,
sanjayate
comes into being,
comes into being.
kinchit,
Kinchit
anything,
anything.
sattvam,
Sattvam
existence,
existence.
thavara,
Sthavara
not moving,
not moving.
moving.
jangamam,
Jangamam
Gamam
moving,
moving.
kshetra,
Kshetra
of the body,
of the body.
kshetrajna,
Kshetrajna
and the knower of the body,
and the knower of the body.
samyogat,
Samyoga
by the union between,
by the
by the
union
union
between
between.
tadvidhi,
Tatvidhi
you must know it,
you
you
must
must
know
know
it.
it.
Bharatarshava,
Bharatarshava,
O chief of the Bharatas.
O
O
chief
chief
of
of
the
the Bharatas.
Bharatas.
Translation: O chief of the Bharatas,
O
O
chief
chief
of
of
the
the
Bharatas.
Bharatas,
know that
Know
know
that
that
whatever you see
whatever you see
in existence,
in
in
existence,
existence,
both the moving
both the
both the
moving
moving
and the non-moving,
and the
and the
non-moving
moving
is only
is only
only
a combination of
a combination
of
the field of activities
the
the
field
field
of
of
activities
activities
and the knower
and the
and the
knower
knower
of the field.
of the
of the
field.
field.
So it's kind of concluding, in a way, it's concluding a few of the verses before, where Krishna is in conclusion, he's saying that whatever you see in existence, something that is moving or something that is not moving, it's a combination of kshetra and kshetrajna, the field and the knower of the field. So the knower of the field is we, as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, who never dies, who never takes birth, and who never dies. And everything else is the field. Everything else is the known. So there are only two elements in that sense. One is the knower that knows everything, and the other is the known, everything that is known to the knower. There's only these two different things. So the knower is Purusha, or the Kshetrajna, and the known is Prakriti, or the Kshetra. So Prakriti, so you can say Shaktiman and Shakti. So Shaktiman is the possessor of all the Shaktis, all the energy. So we, as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, are possessing, in this particular time, I'm possessing this body. But this body is going to end at certain point in time. And then basing on what my thought process is at the time of my last breath, I'm going to get another body. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram tam tam ivaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavat. Anta kale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samad bhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. Very beautiful verse. With that, we'll conclude. What Krishna says in that verse is anta kale cha mam eva. Krishna says at the time, anta kale means at the time of death. Mam eva means me only. Smaran is remembering me. Kalevaram, at the time of leaving this body, yah prayati sa mad bhavam. Krishna says, such a person attains my nature. Yati nasti atra samshaya. There is not even an iota of doubt that such a person will attain my nature. So this is such a wonderful knowledge that Krishna has given to us, and we are costlessly grace. The costless mercy of the Lord is upon us, because of which we have this little bit of inclination to engage in this activity. And the prayer is that we can constantly always remember Krishna at every moment, whenever possible. If we can remember Krishna, then the goal of human form of life will be fulfilled. With this prayer, I would like to thank you very much for listening. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
All glories to the
Jai.
assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyata Deshatarine Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu Krishne Matirastu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So if there is any comments or questions, we can take.
I think just first of all, thanks a lot again, Prabhuji, for having me today. I think just the four paths that Krishna mentions, right, towards uh, either finding him or the Atman, right, the knowledge, Sankhya, and then Bhakti, and then the karma, right? Obviously, does he mention like which one is better than one or the other, or like what's the general sense of the Gita on that tone?
Yeah, very good question. It's there in the Bhakti Yoga chapter, actually. In chapter 12, Krishna actually mentions. So the so the best thing is to remember Krishna. So if one is not able to remember Krishna, then he gives different aspects. Then you can try and do your activities as an offering of love to Krishna. So there are different ways. But in the end, what Krishna says is, Yoginam api sarvesham madgaten antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mata. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita that among all the yogis, Krishna says, so you got a karma yogi, you got a sankhya yogi, you got a dhyana yogi, you got a jnana yogi, and you got a bhakti yogi, for example. Yeah, five different types of yogis. So Krishna says, among all the yogis, yoginam api sarvesham madgaten antaratmana. Madgaten means antaratmana is one's total self. Totally, if one is absorbed in Krishna, shraddhavan bhajate yomam. With full faith, one is rendering loving devotional service to Krishna. Krishna says, same yukta tamomata. I consider that person to be the topmost yogi. So that is the topmost yoga. When when one is naturally attracted to Krishna. That means the wonderful thing is, if someone is naturally attracted to Krishna, that means all the other types of yogas are already done by this person. They have already completed everything else, and they are in their final stage. So that is what is. That's why in the end also Krishna says, there is in the end he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. He says, give up all varieties of religious activities and just surrender onto me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Krishna says, I am guaranteeing you that I will deliver you from all kinds of sinful reactions. Ma shucha. He says, don't worry. And so it's very guaranteed way of deliverance. That's what Krishna provides here. And that is kind of really amazing, in that sense. But generally, see, the thing is, this is a bhakti yogi will actually appreciate this. But if someone is going in a jnana marga, what is a jnana marga? Jnana marga is where one says that there is only Brahman, there is nothing else. So that is jnana marga. If someone's aptitude is towards jnana marga, then they will not be able to appreciate this as much as a person whose aptitude is bhakti will appreciate this. So that's where the difference lies, basically. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you, Prabhuji. Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we will sing the Narsimha Pranam mantra and then we'll conclude. Thank you very much. Namaste Narasimhaya
Namaste Narasimhaya
Prahladaladadaine
Prahladaladadaine
Hiranyakashiporvakshaha
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha
Tilatankanakalaye
Shilatankanakalaye
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho
Yato Yami Tato Narsimha
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho
Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanubhranga Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringa Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev
Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari
Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad
Hari Bol Hari
Hari
Bol Hari
Bol
Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai
Nitya
Gaura
Gaura Hari Bol Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol
Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय
Jai
प्रहलाद महाराज की जय
Jai
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठावतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु कृष्णे मतिरस्तु हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna
थैंक यू वेरी मच
Hare Krishna
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you.
थैंक्स अ लॉट टेक केयर
Take care,
Thank
remember.
you. Bye bye.
बाय